Baseball's trade deadline has come and gone, and many big trades that took place back in July have set up some teams for success as we head down the final stretch of the season. Guys, we're going to take a look at 3 of these trades involving pitchers, and I'm going to have you guys be the judge. You guys are going to evaluate the trade and tell us what you expect the impact to be as we near the playoffs. So, Brian, we have Jon Lester first, who was traded from the Red Sox to the Athletics. What did you think of this trade?
Well, here's the thing with the Oakland A's trade. You got to keep in mind the big picture. He's getting paid so much money. The A's have, an $80 million salary so far this year, which is more than in the history under Billy Beane. So you've got to really examine the purpose of this trade. And the purpose is to sacrifice the future to win today. They got rid of Addison Russell. They got rid of Dan Straley. They got rid of Tommy Malone for Samardzija and Hamill to begin with. But now that they've picked up Lester and Adam Dunn as well, they're really sacrificing a lot to win this postseason. The problem is they're just not winning right now. And it's a little too early for me to evaluate this trade simply because we aren't at the purpose. They need to get to the postseason first.
You know, I agree with you. I think it's a good trade for the long run, but I really feel like Cespedes was a huge part of their offense, and it wasn't really worth giving away that big part of their lineup just for a pitcher who's going to kind of at the end of his career, and it's questionable how long he's going to remain in the league.
Well, I'm not saying Jon Lester is a long-term solution. I think he's a short-term solution for this postseason only. Come off season, I think he's gone. Now, in regards to Cespedes, I'm from the Bay Area. Everyone back home loves the San Francisco Giants. I'm an A's fan, and I've seen Cespedes play many times. But the problem isn't Cespedes. The problem is the lack of other people stepping up. Look at Josh Donaldson. He hasn't been playing so well. Brandon Moss just had his first home run in a long time. So the A's really need different players to step up, and it's not just about Cespedes' bat being gone from the lineup, I think.
This is definitely one that we'll have to kind of wait and see on, but let's transition to another one of these trades. David Price was traded from the Rays to Tigers. This is the most high-profile arm that was on the market. Robbie, tell us what you think of this trade.
Yeah, I think this is a great trade for the Tigers. I really feel like David Price, he's going to fit right into that rotation, and, I mean, he's got the most strikeouts in the league right now. 3-3, not so good coming out of the gate, but in the long term and in the playoffs especially, their rotation is going to be so powerful. I don't think any team's going to be able to match it.
Well, Detroit Tigers are really making a statement this year, and I think this is a really bonehead move by the Rays because they got next to nothing out of this trade. And sure, he has a 3.7 ERA, David Price, and it's 3-3 on the year, like you said. But he's a guy who has that postseason experience who you can really depend on and look to step up, just like Jon Lester, who had that postseason experience. I think David Price can be a valuable asset if the Tigers get to that postseason, which they're still fighting for against the Royals.
Yeah, they got those 3 right-handers, Porcello, Smiley, and Verlander, and the left-hander, who's so powerful, really complements them well, I think.
Yeah, David Price has definitely been as advertised and very good for the Tigers since that trade. But now let's go back to the Red Sox. They were selling this year, and Jake Peavy was traded as well to the San Francisco Giants. What did you think of this trade?
Well, I can't really talk much about the Red Sox end of things, but in terms of the Giants acquiring him, look, he's got a 5-4 record. He's doing great. But a 2.29 ERA with a 5-4 record is inexcusable. The Giants, they lost, I think, 17-0 to the Dodgers over the weekend. They have 0 offense lately. Now, nevertheless, I think they are in an easy division, so they have lighter opponents like the Rockies. Dodgers really their main competition at this point. But if the Giants can give Peavy that run support that he needs, they can be a dangerous threat.
I kind of disagree with you there because Peavy, how many surgeries has he had over the years? He's going into the tail end of his career, and I just really feel like he's going to be insignificant for the Giants, and especially with playoffs coming, I don't think he's going to help them at all. I mean, I wouldn't put him as my Game 1 starter any day.
Well, I'm not calling him a Game 1 starter. I'm just saying Lincecum's had a bad year. Matt Cain's had a bad year. They've had their share of injuries. Who is their number 1 starter? I don't think they even know. The argument isn't that Peavy's a number 1 starter. The argument is, can he help them in the postseason? And he's got a 2.29 ERA, 5-4 record. Of course he's proven himself able to help them. But the lack of bats is really the key. The Giants have the potential to pitch, especially with Bumgarner, but if they can't hit, season's over. I don't think it's going to be a repeat of World Series champs this year.
Yeah, well, as with all these trades, we'll have to wait and see. A couple weeks left here in the season. We'll see how these play out. So thanks, guys. That's all the time we have for One-on-One Sports Webcast. If you missed anything or just want to watch it again, you can check us out online at youtube.com/oneonOnesports. Also, make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at One-on-One Sports. For all the producers and crew, thank you for watching, and until next time, whose side are you on?
No.